Hi. I might actually have to do two parts to this commentary because there's so much to say. Um, let's just start with the things that I wasn't too jazzed about. There was just a few things here and there, a couple of things that I guess I didn't like, but it wasn't a big deal. Let's see, there was some things at the beginning, and there was a certain moment when I felt like the show really took off and kind of became absolutely perfect after. And the moment was when Clark and Brainiac are watching that girl at the punch table. That woman talked to Lois, and I liked that scene. I liked everything the woman said. Besides the whole Chloe and Lana references, to me, it was just totally pandering to the CHLARK fans and the Klana fans that just can't let go. And that's fine. That's what the show wants to do. But what bothered me was just the last statement when the woman says, are you sure he even likes you? And I thought that was weird because I didn't think it was realistic. I don't think anyone would say that to someone and not recognize that that's rude. Like, to me, just a little tweak if the woman had said, oh, are you sure that he even likes you? And then kind of looks like, oops, damn, I shouldn't have said that. And kind of walked away like, oops, I'm an idiot. But as it stood, it was like, are you sure he even likes you? Like, dummy, I'm just trying to, put a little reality in your life. Like, this lady doesn't know Lois from Adam, and yet she's giving her all this advice slash opinions on who Clark should be with. That was kind of stupid, just that last part. But anyway, yeah, I was just thinking about and she's going off about how hot Clark is, which, duh, she has eyes. So that's not surprising. But let's go back to the beginning. The beginning where Clark's all mopey, and if you've watched the show for the last 10 years, you know what that looks like. Clark moping in his lofts. But it was different this time. He wasn't like longing and pining. He was actually pretty down on himself. And considering that Jarrell has told him he's not good enough, Clark actually took that to heart and now feels like he's not good enough, which is ridiculous. But, Clark, he's a really sensitive guy, so it's not surprising that he felt that way. But it wasn't even like he was just doubting himself. It was actually like he had just given up. Like, he was done. He didn't want to be the Blur. So then Lois comes, and she's trying to cheer him up and get him out of his little depressive state and everything. So she suggests they go to their reunion. I thought it was really funny that Clark was like, our reunion, really? Like, you were there? And she's like, 23 days. He goes, yeah, you went 5. And what I loved about that was that over the last couple of episodes or season, Clark's kind of lost some of his banter. I mean, it's become just so, like, flirty and always nice, whereas this is really reminding me of Clark in season 4 when he could just really let Lois have it. And I thought it was pretty funny. Like, really, Lois, 5 days? Let's not be ridiculous. But she said, that she really felt like she had a place and she fit in. So they went, and there was a lot of stuff about people not remembering her, and that wasn't really anything important. But then she picks up Lana's name tag, and she says that she hasn't seen her since the Almost Kissing Bride. Not how she described it, but that moment was like, ooh, ouch, harsh reality. And then Clark just kind of glossed over it with, oh, she's not coming. And then he walked away. And then he's all smiling and thinking about Chloe. And then again, Lois comes in and she's apologizing to him about bringing it up or whatever. And honestly, I can't blame Lana for anything that happened. The whole bride mess and everything. I mean, Lana's done enough crap to Clark, for years. But she's never done anything to Lois. Like, that is squarely on Clark. Like, the fact that Lois was mistreated or got hurt, that is all Clark's fault. That's not Lana's fault. So that's on him, and he was still too much in his bad mood to even recognize. So then come these kids, which they were actually pretty cute to me. I don't know, they reminded me of the Wonder Twins from last season, and I thought they were super adorable. So they were just going on, and again, Lois starts defending the Blur. So she's just from all angles trying to make Clark feel better, apologizing to him for whatever she's done or what's ever wrong, you know. So he was just really like, oh God, make this stop. And then he gets crowned king, Homecoming king, which is funny because, I don't know, are the writers American? Because Homecoming and a class reunion are two different things. And I think some people were confused because the show, the episode is called Homecoming, but they were at a class reunion. And they're totally different things. They're separate. And I don't know, maybe Brian and Kelly are Canadian, or really the fact that it was called Homecoming just kind of confused people. But anyway, so Clark's being crowned king, and Lois is all soaking this up. Like, it's a great moment. Like, she's won a pageant, and she's doing the whole pageant wave and smiling, and Clark's looking like he wants to die. And then she smiles at me, kind of smiles like he's trying, making the slightest bit of effort to not be miserable. And then Spike comes in, and Clark snaps to being totally attitudinal towards him. Of course, because, you know, Brainiac tried to destroy the world. So Clark's got a little miffed about that. So then they go to this wooded area, and they're talking, and again, bring up Chloe and Lana. I didn't get... Clark said, okay, you tried to destroy Chloe, and you took the person you made the person I love go away. And he said love. He didn't say loved, like it was past tense. And I guess that was a reference to like season 7 when she was like catatonic or something in a coma. Anyway, that's really not that important either, but I wish they'd spent a little less time in that conversation, because we got why Brainiac was there, at least. I don't know, maybe I just got it from the spoilers, but I felt like that conversation was too long, and that they should have used that time and tacked it on to the end. I felt like the barn needed a lot more conversation, and that time was kind of wasted in them walking around the woods. Then they went to see like his dad's funeral and how his dad died. That was amazing. Like, that was just so perfect, and I really loved the way Brainiac was really telling Clark the truth and trying to get him to face it, you know. That was really cool. So then I guess we go back to the dance where Lois is alone, and that for me was when it just all started to click. Like, Clark is seeing Lois be hurt by this girl and what she's saying about Lana. It's like the first time you actually got to see it, and he even tells Brainiac that he tried to shield Lois from all the stuff with Lana. And I guess it's the fact that Lana, sorry, tongue-tied, that Lana, you know, tried to super herself up, got a power suit, and became infected with kryptonite. And I guess that's something that he didn't want Lois to know about how all that craziness went down. So, and Brainiac's like, you care about her, right? I just love James Marsters. He's just such an amazing actor that just every note he hits it perfectly. And it's like, well, I just don't really think you've shielded her from that. So then the quote-unquote bug boy comes up, and Clark, like, loses it. It was like, finally, after all the time that I had said I saw Clark in Charade and in Lazarus as the Blur, he's always so, like, jumping to, like, save Lois, protect her, whatever. And finally, it was like, without a costume, without being on a phone and his voice being distorted, even though Lois didn't get to see it, I was glad we got to see it. That moment where he was like, oh, I gotta get back. Like, he just snapped on it, and he was really ready to go after that guy, because he said, oh, I have a message for Clark Kent. He thought he was going to do something to Lois. Then Clark freaking sends himself to the future, which was awesome.